Hey everyone, Chris here from Easy Tiger 2's Adventures. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching the last episode, you'll know that I reviewed the Beneteau 211, and one of the things I said was that my particular version had got some pretty knackered sails, and this episode is about me replacing them. So what has happened then? Well, in the interim, I went to the Southampton Boat Show and I talked to about 8 or 10 different sail makers, got some quotes off them. It's all quite confusing because there was lots of people selling what appeared to be essentially the same product but at wildly different costs, and you have to do your homework on this. Now in the end I went with Ullman's because we'd had a set of sails from Ullman's before on Easy Tiger and they'd been fine and didn't see any reason not to go with them again, and they were relatively well priced as well. So set of sails from Ullman's. They took a while to come because like most of the companies that work in the UK, the sails are not made in the UK, they're made somewhere else and had to be imported. If you want sails made in the UK, you really do have to pay big money for them, so I'm afraid I didn't have big money, so I ended up going for some imported sails. Anyway, they turned up and we laid them out in the upstairs room in the clubhouse, and as you can see they look quite nice and crispy and they're all folded up nice, never to be folded up that nicely again. And the good news was that things like the telltales were all there, they had full sets of battens, etc. It was all effectively ready to go. So this was all very positive stuff. As you can see, it's a laminate, a slight light grey laminate sail, and it's slightly heavier than the Dacron material I had before, but as you'll see later on in the video, the shape is really rather nice. Right, here I am putting the battens in. This is a simple enough job, but there's no instructions that come with sails. You have to kind of know what you're doing. I've done it a few times before, so it wasn't particularly difficult. The sails came with a tool for putting the battens in. Again, all pretty good stuff. And as you can see, a bit of a fiddle, but once you've got them in, they're probably not going to come out again without you intending them to come out. Now, I was going to try and film the whole of the mounting of the sails, but we didn't have particularly good weather, and for various reasons I didn't do it very well. So this is a very small bit of footage of me and Steve rolling up the jib. That went up nice and easily after we'd sorted out a minor problem with the halyard, and it was all good stuff. As you can see from these two photographs, the sails look infinitely better than the ones that they've replaced, and we haven't yet fettled them, etc., and got them very messed out of them, but they do look a lot nicer, and we started to sail with them. So almost immediately, as the sails arrived in the middle of our racing season, they went on their first use in anger. Was the weekend after I got them. So here we are racing in the Solent. I can't really see too much at the moment because I've got the camera strapped to my chest, but hopefully you get the idea that it's a very nice looking aerofoil there, nice and flat, no creases, and we are pointing probably 2 to 3 degrees higher on both tacks now than we were before, so I'm very happy about that. We had some much better results in the series after the sails had arrived, so I feel that that worked well. This bit of footage is from the Nab Tower race, and this didn't go very well for us. The sails were fine, but the mast's fitting for the spinnaker pole broke right at the beginning of the race. So here we are on a broad reach heading towards Nab Tower when we would have normally have had the spinnaker up, but we couldn't fly the spinnaker, so we had to do it on white sails. On the way back, we were beating nice and tight to the wind again, and this was all quite good. Starting to get a bit cold, but it was a good thrashback, and even some fairly large boats, considerably bigger than Stitch, were only doing about the same kind of speed as we were, so that was all pretty good stuff. The sails seem to be doing exactly what we would hope they would do. Now, you've got to like those telltales, haven't you? They look absolutely fabulous. They're really good. By the way, these sails are tri-radial cut sails, which is supposed to be slightly better from the point of view of putting the stress through the fabric in the right directions, slightly better than cross-cut ones. Didn't seem to be much difference in price to go for the tri-radial, so that's why we went for that. Right, so that's it. I'm a happy bunny. Money well spent, I think, so far. So good stuff. See you next time.